Now let's jump into me having a field day with this man. After last week, he said that Tennessee was going to knock off Georgia, and the complete opposite happened. After he called himself the expert on the last episode for slamming me, now I guess it's my turn to slam him because I said last week that the dogs were barking, and oh yeah, they barked their way into Tennessee and dominated like I said they were going to do. I know that kicker probably made JV flip out after missing that 43-yarder because I'll tell you right now, when that happened, I was about to order the shirt until that kicker had other plans. But, I had to get that out my chest real quick, like a pipe bomb, like CM Punk real quick. But other than that, I
Well, hey,
mean,
wait, hey, listen, man. Um, it's heartbreaking stuff, bro. I came on here, all my picks look good. Tennessee lines up for a game-winning field goal, and they miss it at home. The kicker sucks. Notre Dame at home scores a game to take the lead, a touchdown to take the lead. Kicker botches the extra point. The holder botches the extra point. Fourth and goal from the 12. At home, you allow them to score on a 4th and 12 with no time left. Um,
Marcus
what
Freeman looked
other
like a dead
picks?
man walking.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Oh, and then
wait,
the
wait.
Steelers kick returner letting the ball go into the end zone, allowing the Seahawks to score. So it's just, I don't think I've ever had that bad luck in
Oh,
my
wait, wait,
life.
wait, wait. Throw insult to injury. You picked Tampa, then you flipped on the post. You went Houston last second on Monday night just that Baker Magic happened.
Hey, listen, and that's
Oh,
another bad beat
man.
because Baker Magic sucked, and then the Texans had a touchdown to take the lead, and then they just forgot how to play defense. It was penalty after penalty after penalty, missed tackle after missed tackle. I feel like all the picks that I had on here were the right direction. It just something unfortunate had to happen in order for everything to lose, and I just had the worst luck possible. One of the dares was to wear a Jalen Hurts jersey. I don't have a Jalen Hurts jersey, so I'm wearing a Cincinnati Bengals jersey when I'm a Steeler fan. So this hurts more than you can know. The dares were terrible, but I'm
Yeah,
waiting
can
for.
we up the dares for the next one? Because let's be honest.
Well, I have to do three, so this is one. I have to do two more, and we have no costume requests. So I'm
Yeah,
waiting. I'm gonna do my
and
part. I'm
my
gonna do
dare
my part.
survived. Yeah, and my dare survived thanks to Georgia knocking off Tennessee. So I
No,
was
but
safe
you
for a
you
week.
still have to do.
But no one had it there for me because Notre Dame lost.
No,
And
but you still have to do it though. We have to wait for the comments. We still have to do the
I
dares
know, I
though.
know, I know, I know. We'll do my dare in another episode because
But
this week's
all I'm gonna say
absolutely
is
sucked.
all I'm gonna say is it was very unfortunate, but the worst weeks is the comeback weeks the next week. I'm gonna freaking sweep the board. I'm gonna get every freaking pick right. My lock's gonna be right, and I'm 100% confident, and I will do whatever it takes to get there. And you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like I
Yeah.
was on the right side, and I'm gonna bounce back in a big way this week. So let's get started, baby.
And by the way, also, I did get a pick wrong also because I did say the Vikings and I didn't know it was going to be a kickers fest until the end of the game. So
JJ McCarthy's
there
a
you
fraud.
go. There
JJ
you go.
McCarthy's
There
a
you go.
fraud. I'm a better QB than JJ fucking McCarthy. He's a fraud. He sucks. He's a loser. Guy sucked in
Okay.
week one. He only played one good quarter out of 8. He sucks. Sucks. And he's
But
out now, and he's injured now. So watch. I guarantee you
I
the
mean,
Vikings look way better without him. Watch. I
all
guarantee.
right. Okay. All right. Before we crash out on bad picks, let's just move into a new slate. And I got NFL week number 3. I think personally, it's Miami Buffalo on Thursday, and I think this game is an absolute joke. And I think I don't even know if it's even worthy of a segment because it's easily gonna be Buffalo. I think Tua is gonna have another concussion on Thursday night. I hope to God it doesn't happen, but I don't know. I feel like me watching him when the lights are on, something crazy happens, something stupid happens. But
Listen, listen. Tua turned the ball over as one of the worst QBs in the league. He
I
can't throw. He has no arm strength. Tyreek Hill should have never went there. He went from having the one of the best QBs with the best arm to noodle arm boy who can't stay on the field. Um, Buffalo, I think Buffalo is a tad bit overrated. Their defense isn't as good. Justin Fields just sucks. However,
He's gonna cook.
Buffalo's in a steamroll.
Yeah,
The Dolphins have
I mean,
one of the worst defenses I've seen, in a long time.
I
Allowing the
mean,
Patriots to put up 33 points on you at home, that's fucking pathetic, man.
and not only that, I kept comparing Tua to the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz because that man, his ass does not have a brain. Even if when it works, it doesn't. So you keep saying Tua turn the ball over. I look at him as the Scarecrow of The Wizard of Oz. I would love to get a split screen on that one because that man don't got a brain when it comes to throwing a football. But
And
easily
also,
going Dolphins. I
there's
mean,
no
easily going Buffalo.
there's no chemistry with the Dolphins right now. Tyreek
Oh
wants
yeah,
out. It's just the coach. There's drama with the coach. So is the coach going to stay? Is he going to get fired? Like this team should have high expectations, and they just haven't lived up to it. So Buffalo's going to steamroll them.
yeah,
Um,
without question. Yeah, I
I
think
can
Mike
see a high
McDaniel
scoring
needs to
game
go to
though.
the
I can
club.
see a high scoring game. I can see like the Dolphins putting points on the board. 18 is, I think, one of the most talented backs in the NFL. But yeah, the Dolphins defense can't keep up with the Bills. So.
Yeah, no, easily going Buffalo. All right, next up, I got the Rams and the Eagles, another playoff rematch. This game's going to be a little interesting. I don't know how people say the Rams were able to keep up with the Eagles last time. I mean, it's same spot, same place, except the only difference is that the weather's a little warmer than it was in the playoffs. Um, but like I said, I look at this as a big matchup. You got Kyron Williams, you got Puka, you got Barkley, you got AJ Brown, you got Hurts and Stafford. I mean, I don't view Stafford as a top 10 quarterback, but in my honest opinion, I'm going to take Philadelphia. The Eagles have just been on a tear last week. They got me with Kansas City. I'm taking Philadelphia to beat Hollywood once again.
Listen, I will never take a team that has zero passing touchdowns in 2 weeks. Jalen Hurts has not thrown a passing touchdown this season. He's a joke. The Eagles' whole offense is pathetic. It's run, get to 3rd and 1, tush push. If you don't get it, get to 4th and 1, tush push. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing formula. I don't know how anyone could enjoy watching Eagles games. They don't throw the ball to the wide receivers. It's pathetic to watch. I don't know how you could enjoy watching an Eagles game. And just because of that, the Chiefs should have won last week. And what
Yeah.
the key turning point was Kelsey dropping that ball in the end zone and it getting intercepted. It was pathetic. Um, Stafford has two of the best weapons in the NFL with Puka and Devontae Adams. Um, Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, that duo is a great duo. And don't sleep on LA's defense. LA's defense is great. They've held both opponents in 2 weeks to very low amounts of scoring. And I can see LA going into Philly and getting a fucking W. So give me the LA fucking Rams on the road to knock out that pathetic
Oh,
ass offense of the Eagles. I'm one of the biggest Eagles haters because of how embarrassing that offense is. Ban the tush push. It's a joke. Let's go fucking LA, baby.
we are divided on this one, but I think the next one, I view this as a trap game. Both teams are undefeated, 2-0. Philly was the first one. This is the second one. Arizona taking on San Francisco. And here is my hot pick of the week. I'm taking Arizona to shock the 49ers. I think it's going to be aerial assault with Murray and Marvin Harrison. The Cardinals dominated Carolina last week, even though the Panthers are an absolute shit can of a team. I mean, I don't understand why that was even a choice. I'm glad I didn't even throw it on the slate last week. They played the Saints, they played Carolina. The Niners are just too injury prone. What about Will Johnson being a star on that secondary with Arizona? I viewed it as a steal when they took him from Michigan. This guy was getting pick sixes like crazy in college. He plays absolute Great defensive back play, Will Johnson. Remember that name because I hope to God he shines on Sunday. Give me Arizona on the road to go 3-0 and shock San Francisco.
You know, there's a reason they call you the Heat Miser, Chris. Because your brain explodes. And that's why you got this pick wrong. San Fran at home, CMC, Ricky Pearsall, and Mac Daddy Jones are going to embarrass the Cardinals. The Cardinals almost blew that game against the Panthers. They held on by the tip of their tongue. They were like, oh my God, it came to the last second. Panthers almost had a 27-9 comeback in one quarter against the Cardinals. You think I'm going to trust the Cardinals? Hell no. I like San Fran. I like Fred Warner. I think San Fran has way more options than the Cardinals. I think the defense for San Fran's better than the Cardinals defense. I think San Fran, people are going to underestimate because they have Mac Jones at QB, but I will never trust Kyler Murray. Fuck Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison's a joke. Let's go San Fran at home, baby. Bang.
Taking the. You know what? If the Niners win, I will wear a Joe Montana jersey on the next episode. I'm going home back to the crib this week. I will sneak it out of the closet. I will go get it. I will wear a Montana jersey if the Niners win on Sunday. Remember that. Throw it in the comments. The last dare, since the dare sucked, I will
Terrible.
put one in myself, and I will wear a Niner jersey if Arizona loses in San Francisco. Battle of 2-0 teams. It's a trap game. 1.5 favorite versus the Niners. If the Cardinals lose, I will wear a Niner jersey on the next episode.
It don't matter, baby. Give me San Fran all day.
Only because you guys in the comments section were horrible on the dare
Yes,
track
bro.
that I had to throw one in myself to get one done.
One of the dares was Venmo someone $100. That's not a dare.
That's a stupid thing to do, and your boy
Dye
can't
my
get in
hair
trouble.
blue. Like, I can't dye my hair blue, bro. Like, that's just not reasonable.
And
But
my hair is red, for Christ's sakes.
yeah, I mean that
I
already should be there.
would probably go viral if I had red hair plus blue on the side. Like
I
what?
mean, maybe you should do it.
I'm not doing. I'll do like maybe a piece, but not like the whole thing. You know.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll dye like a piece of our hair blue next episode.
I just gotta look good for. I just gotta look good for the pictures. You know. All right, Sunday night football. Oh man, this. I mean, it's time for me to crash out because of who's on the slate. My New York Giants, way to fuck up last week against those Dallas Cowboys. I was this close to making a troll video of the Dallas Cowboys losing until Russell Wilson decided to look stupid. Denver Bronco Russell Wilson came alive in overtime when he threw that stupid pick in double coverage. I wanted to literally jump off a building.
And what about the fumble?
Was.
The fumble the drive before where he threw the ball on the ground and it went all the way backwards.
I know this team gives me a heart attack on a roll. It's that bad, and now they got to play Kansas City on Sunday Night Football.
0-2 Kansas City too. They need this win.
The fact
0-2.
that they're both 0-2 is the fact that Kansas City is 0-2 is surprising, but the Giants, it's nothing new. Now we got to play them at home. NBC's going to be there, which means I have to hear Chris Collinsworth assault my New York Giants because he's going to be super biased, 100%. We know Taylor Swift's probably going to show up, which means all eyes are going to be on her in New Jersey on Sunday night. Maybe Ice Spice will come out of the Bronx. Maybe we'll bring Cardi B along because she just dropped it out. She's dropping an album Friday. We could use her for the rollout. I mean, it's just going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants go 0-3. As much as I want them to win.
Listen. You have a belt in that room?
I'm done.
Because listen, on Sunday night, it's going to be belt to the Giants' ass, whooping that shit. You think fucking Mahomes going 0-3? Okay,
No.
0-2. Okay, like I didn't think that either. You
That
think
was
he's
impressive.
losing to the fucking New York Giants to go 0-3? Hell
No.
no. Russell Wilson freaking seeing ghosts on Sunday night. Malik Neighbors getting clammed. It's over.
And
Kelsey's gonna dominate. And he's gonna look into the stands and say, "Where my Swifties at? Where my Swifties at?"
I would, and don't be surprised if you see a lot more red in that crowd than blue. Because, I mean, yes, it's the Giants' home opener, but like, if you think Chiefs fans don't travel, they do. They go everywhere. If I see a scene of red, I would literally just, it would not look good. I mean, I don't even know if I want to make a pick on this one because I love my New York Giants, but I'm obviously just going to be torn apart picking between these two because last week I picked Kansas City and they lost versus now I got to pick between them and my favorite team. Like maybe I should just sit this one out because I love my Giants. I just don't want them to. I mean, they're going to get embarrassed, but I don't want to
Just
look
sit it out.
stupid.
Just sit it
Yeah,
out because it's over.
I'm pulling a Kirk Herbstreit on this one, folks.
Just
I'm
sit it
sorry on
out.
that one. I'm
Sit it
going with
out
Kirk
'cause it's
Herbstreit on
freaking
that one.
over. Just sit
Yes.
it out because it's over. Your team's
Yes.
done. 0-3. Pack the bags.
All
All
right.
right.
I've
Now
had
listen,
enough.
listen,
But Monday
listen,
night. All right. Monday
listen,
night.
listen. Whoa,
I'm
whoa, whoa!
sorry.
Before,
I'm sorry.
real quick, before we get into that, we gotta cover another game on Sunday. Um,
Oh,
the
you got
Ste-
one.
the Steelers versus the Patriots, man. We gotta cover it. I just wanna, I'm not gonna crash out. Brief little rant.
All right, going into New England.
We wasted a draft pick on Caleb Johnson out of Iowa in the third round. The guy doesn't know the
Wasted
rules.
draft pick.
The guy doesn't know the rules, man. He let the ball bounce off his hand, roll into the end zone. You would think if he jumps on it, it's still a touchback. But no, he lets the Seahawks just dive on the ball and get a touchdown. Cut him. If I'm the coach, I'm cutting him after that. There's no excuse. I think we were down 3 or 7. We were down one possession at the time, and that made it out of hand. It was embarrassing. Um, yeah, and that was a joke. The offense wasn't in rhythm. I don't think we scored at all in the second half. We had a we
Ouch.
had we had a ball in the end zone hit Calvin Johnson in the hands. He drops it, intercepted. That would have put us up either one or two scores. It was a whole lot of mistakes. Rodgers didn't look bad. The supporting cast looked bad, and the defense yet again let us down. We can't go. I know we have a lot of injuries, but you can't have the highest paid defense, and you're not able to stop Justin Fields and Sam Darnold in back-to-back weeks. That just can't happen. Um,
And now
this
you got
is
Drake May.
this is a little bit of a make it or break it type game because I know we have a light schedule coming up, but this is probably the hardest game in the next 4 game stretch that we have. Um, but this is a prove it game. Like this is a big game. You can't go 1-2. 2-1 is way different than 1-2 against a mediocre Patriots team. Um, and I'm a little biased, but I think the Steelers defense is going to figure it out. I hope at least. I hope in my sake. So I am going to take the Steelers, but I'm not as confident as I was last week because of all the mistakes
And
I saw. But I trust Mike Tomlin. I trust the Steelers, and I think they're going to go 2-1 this week. But that's my biased opinion. So
we all have those. And next weekend after this one, you're going to be over and overseas. So, but that's for another episode. But Monday Night Football, we're going to, all right.
wait! You didn't pick Steelers or Patriots?
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But next, this one's probably the headline of the whole ship. It's Detroit, Baltimore, Monday Night Football. After watching after watching Baker Magic and then a doubleheader where the second game absolutely sucked.
Now listen, the
Now we
first
got,
and also last week, real quick, let's talk about how bad that Sunday night football game was last week.
oh
I,
yes, I
I
agree.
don't think I've watched the worst football game in my life. It was just punt, field goal,
Kicker,
punt, interception, punt. Like
yeah,
it's just like terrible. We got to step it up with these teams, man. And
yeah,
you got to be able to score touchdowns. You got to entertain the audience. You can't play on a Sunday night football game and shit the bed. Like let's
and
step it
not,
up.
mhm. And not only that, this was two quarterbacks that were playing for a national championship in college not too long ago.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I could see why they did that, but is it really still that big of a topic? No. But Monday Night Football, we got Detroit going into Baltimore. Baltimore is a 4.5 favorite, and they're at home. This is a big matchup. I mean, this could possibly be a Super Bowl preview. I'm not saying it is. It could possibly be. The Lions 1-1 entering this week. And you got the Baltimore Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson, also 1-1. Of course, Lamar, the collapse in week 1, blowout win in week 2. And let's face it, Baltimore's schedule for the next few weeks is going to be rough. You know, Detroit on Monday, trip to Kansas City, Houston, LA. You got 4 key playoff teams right there in the next 4 weeks. But 1 week at a time, they're taking on Detroit. The Lions kind of, bad game against Green Bay, blowout against Chicago. Baltimore, collapse against Buffalo, blowout against Cleveland. I mean, it's like they're in the same boat, but they're not in the same boat. And, I picked Detroit, I think already once, and they lost. I've yet to pick Baltimore yet, but, I mean, Lamar Jackson's just a cheat code. But the way I'm looking at it, I'm going to surprise a lot of people and take the Detroit Lions again. I think the Lions are going to get out of it. I think the Lions are going to shock and surprise a lot of people on Monday and knock off the Ravens.
Listen, are you fucking listening?
I'm listening.
Derrick Henry ran for fucking 23 yards last week. Lamar Jackson's king choke boy. John Harbaugh, like I said, the hot seat, I think last week, he should be on the hot seat. He doesn't perform well in these types of games. Dan Campbell's the freaking, brings the intensity, brings the boom.
Are we
Listen, I don't care, man. Dan Campbell going in there. Amon-Ra St. Brown hitting the clock. That's it. It's the Lions all day, every day. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Lions are going to go into Baltimore and freaking put on a show. I think week 1 really woke them up. They lost week 1. They're like, oh shit, we got to wake up. And now they're in the zone. Baltimore, let's go Lions, baby. Clocky.
thought you were going to put me on blast for a second because you were like, are you fucking listening? I'm like, oh shit. I know this kid's not going to take Baltimore no matter what, but I mean, Amara had 3 touchdowns on Sunday. Jahmyr Gibbs nearly had 100 rushing yards. Jared Goff throwing 5 touchdowns?
And Baltimore's defense sucks. You think Jared Goff's not going to pick apart that defense?
I think
Look at what Josh
goes
Allen
shut
did.
down.
Look at what Josh Allen did week 1. He freaking embarrassed the Ravens. You think that
Yeah.
Amon-Ra, Jahmyr, Montgomery, Laporta, Jameson Williams, you think all these guys aren't going to freaking dominate?
Oh, they're going to dominate.
Hell no. It's over.
I'm confident.
The
And you got
Lions,
Abe Hutchinson on defense, too. That boy can play.
after week 1, the Lions had a chip on their shoulder, and I think they're really gonna start showing their true colors.
Okay. All right. That's enough of the football. We're going to come back. We're going to go into college football week 4, but this one's kind of more important. Last week, we didn't really get a chance to cover it. This time, with a little more confirmations. It's time for WrestlePalooza on Saturday night, ESPN premium live event. The first ever pay-per-view going to ESPN for WWE WrestlePalooza. And so far, we have had 5 confirmed matchups. We still have a SmackDown episode left, but we don't know what's going to happen yet.
I'm thinking that the card is overall finalized. Maybe we'll get one more match, but I think that these are going to be the main ones. The next match, if there is one, is going to be a little one, but I think we got the main ones locked in already. And I think WrestlePalooza is going to be huge. The first ESPN. I could see. I'm going to say it a little later, but I could see something huge happening because they want to catch that. They want to catch that audience from ESPN to continue watching. So I feel like they gotta introduce it with a bang, similar to the Raw on Netflix, where they had a bunch of old guys coming in and stuff like that. They're trying to impress the new viewers. Yeah. So I feel like this may be, hot take, one of the pay-per-views of the year.
Whoa, wow. And we still have Survivor Series and Crown Jewel left, but it's too early to call, but hey, it could happen. So we're going to go out of order with the matchups because we don't know who's going to go when. But first one, I think we're going to the tag teams. I got the Usos and the Vision. Jimmy and Jay have reunited going into a tag match against the Bronze, aka the Vision, with Paul Heyman ringside. This one's going to be interesting. You got one of the best tag teams of all time battling some of the new kids on the block. But let's face it, Jay's already beaten these guys already at SummerSlam. We were there for it. He did it with Roman Reigns at his side. Fail four-way didn't really go his way. I mean, I think he was thrown in at the last minute, but I think I think the OG's got to teach the new kids how to get it done around here. Give me the Usos to knock off the Vision. I think Jay's going to beat down the Bronze again for a second time in less than 2 months.
All right, listen to this. This is going to be crazy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
So the last few Raws we've been seeing a little different side of Jey Uso. We've been seeing him saying "Acknowledge me." Oh, we got to smash them, spearing LA Knight, beating the shit out of LA Knight with a chair after the thing goes off the air. Then last week, Jay's shaking LA Knight's hand just to get beat up after. I feel like Jey Uso's gonna snap, and here's my prediction. You ready?
Do you think he's going to turn heel?
I think Jay's gonna turn heel and cost the Usos the match. I feel like either he's gonna join the Vision or he's gonna turn into a Roman type guy who's a heel and just wants to be the best in the world and smash everybody. And um, I
The
feel that
OTC too?
yeah, so I'm gonna take the bronze.
Mm.
I feel like the bronze need that win. They really haven't had that signature win to establish them as a top like dominant force in the company. And I feel like I said, I actually think this match could open up the night too. But
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be a pay-per-view of the year to get that new audience, and it starts with this. I feel like Jey Uso's gonna turn heel, cost the Usos the match, and the Bronze are gonna win. And I could see either Jay joining the Vision or Jay's just all in for
Just
himself
being
and
a heel on himself.
smashing everybody that gets in his way. But I think the Bronze are definitely going to win one way or another. I think they need the signature win, so I'm going with the Bronze.
All right, sticking with the Vision, we have a little bit of a family feud, as I would say. Firstly, it went from Punk and Rollins. Now the wives are involved. Becky and AJ Lee. They're going to team up with their husbands. This one I thought was going to be a little funny. Surprising me that the wives got involved. I thought it was just going to be like, put some like stipulation on the rivalry, but now the wives are involved. I think based off the promos that I've seen, I think it's going to be Punk and Lee winning, but I got AJ Lee pinning Becky Lynch. I think we've seen Seth and Punk go at it, all the time. I think the wives are going to be the ones that determine the outcome. You could tell in the promo, Becky wasn't really like, it looked like she didn't want to be a part of this. She didn't want to be involved. They were literally arguing off the mic. She didn't seem too comfortable teaming with Seth. Punk and Lee, it's nothing new for them. They've done it before they left. They're doing it now. I think it's going to be Punk and Lee that win. AJ Lee pins Becky. Don't be surprised if that Intercontinental title is on the line within the next month.
Yeah, I actually agree with you completely. I feel like the return of AJ Lee was one of the biggest returns
Yeah.
of female wrestler of all time. And you don't want to spoil that with a loss here. And I feel like you said, I feel like Punk and Seth, they have their differences. I can't see one of them getting pinned. I feel like AJ Lee's gonna pin Becky and set up an Intercontinental title match in the future. But I agree with you completely. You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. And the next one, we have a WWE title match. Cody is finally back. He filmed Street Fighter for a little bit. He's put the title on the line Saturday against Drew McIntyre. Finally, this man, the Scottish Warrior, gets a title shot. And I feel like he's one of the most underrated stars I've seen in the past couple of years. I mean, this is a guy that he's here every time. He puts his body on the line. The Claymore is a very popular move. I'm actually starting to like it more and more as I keep seeing it. McIntyre also picked up a win at SummerSlam with Logan Paul. even though it was really a Jelly Roll Randy Orton type thing. I mean, was it really a match? I mean, it was, but it was just cool to see. Um, but this is Cody's first match since the street fight. Um, I feel like Cody's gonna win just because he got it, but I would not be surprised if McIntyre steals it from under Cody's skin. I would love McIntyre to win, but knowing how WWE is, I feel like Cody's gonna retain.
Yeah, and like you took the words out of my mouth. I couldn't have said it better. I really love McIntyre. He's very underrated. I think he's a very good heel in this company, and he deserves that world championship run. But I feel
Gotta
like
give him something.
I feel like they're never gonna take the belt off Cody before a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble. I feel like he's just too big of a star right now. He's like the future Cena. People are saying like the babyface version. You know that's what WWE's trying to promote him as, and I feel like they're not gonna strip it from him this soon. Even though it would be great. I would love to see McIntyre do it. I feel like it would turn a lot of heads. No one's expecting it, but I feel like there's a 0% chance that McIntyre loses. I mean that Cody Rhodes
All right.
loses.
Yep. And speaking of goats and baby faces, I gotta look into this one. John Cena, Brock Lesnar,
All right, let me
one
let me let
final
me,
time, and I'm gonna
yeah
give you the floor on
yeah
this
let
one.
me start it first because um seeing Cena in Massachusetts in his hometown, in Springfield where he grew up, was very emotional. It was great to see. I wish he would have had a match there, but whatever, his promo was really good.
Sorry.
There's no way he's losing to Brock Lesnar with that promo. Overcoming the beast. It's a great story to tell. Overcoming your fears. He said how he was afraid, but he's never gonna give up, never gonna back down. And Cena really put his neck out there to get to have Brock, I mean, return into the WWE. And I feel like it's going to be a great match. Brock's going to give him his all. He's going to beat his ass. But Cena's going to show that resiliency that he's never going to give up and eventually pin Brock. And
Mhm.
here's where the hot take comes.
Go ahead.
There is going to be a big return after that match, similar to what happened to SummerSlam.
Oh,
Similar to what happened to SummerSlam, where the match is over and then someone comes out. And I feel like it's going to be someone huge, similar to SummerSlam, that no one's going to expect. Like an Edge, like a Chris Jericho, like someone that Cena
yeah.
has beefed with throughout the years that you're not expecting to come back to the WWE. I can really see it being Chris
And it is
Jericho.
ESPN because it's the first time too. I think I agree with you. I mean, and it's
I think it's going to be Chris Jericho. Hot take: Chris Jericho's returning to challenge John Cena next.
do you think it's going to be the crown jewel if you had to choose?
Yeah. Whatever the next pay
Got
per
it.
view is. Whatever the
Okay.
next pay per view is.
I love these two. Love Cena. Definitely love Brock. He was with Heyman for all those years. He was really the OG Heyman guy, but now he's battling John Cena. I mean, I love these two, and I don't know who I'd go with. But I mean, Cena's coming off a title loss. Brock is back. I mean, they're both so good, but it's like, is John Cena going to survive Suplex City? But as much as I love Cena to win this one, something tells me Brock's going to steal the show. But like I said, I wouldn't even be mad if Cena wins because
No,
they're
let's put a
both
wager
very
on it. Let's put a freaking wager
they're
on it.
they're
Let's
they're
do it.
both very good though.
Let's
But
do
I still
it.
like
Let's
Cena though.
do it. No. Let's do it, bro. You think
And
you're a little confident?
I'll wear the Cena shirt on the next episode if Cena wins.
No, because you're already wearing Joe Montana if the
I'm allowed
49ers.
times two. I'll wear it under for the next for another. I'll wear for an NFL
No,
segment.
no, no,
I'll
no,
wear
no, no. I
Montana.
got a good one. I got a good one. I got a good one.
Oh
If Cena wins, you got to film a video of you reenacting John Cena's entrance. So you have
God.
to
Okay.
wear
All
the
right. All right.
shirt, play the music, do the dance moves. You got to reenact the whole entrance.
All right. All right. All right. That's fair. I'll do it. I'll do it for the IG story. I'll do it for the
Yeah,
IG story.
perfect. That's good. That's a good
But
one. And then
honestly, though,
if Brock loses, I'll do the same. If Brock wins, I'll do the same. I'll
but
reenact Brock's lesson.
honestly, you know what I want Brock doing though after Cena? Destroying the Vision. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah, I
see
can see that. I can see
Suplex
that.
City I want to see Brock put Heyman in a hospital bed
That's
because
definitely next.
he deserves to do that.
That's definitely next. Brock's gonna go after Seth, definitely, and Heyman's
Yeah.
gonna be involved. That's definitely gonna be next.
And last but not least, originally was supposed to be the Clash in Paris women's title match between Voltaire and Naomi. Naomi had to terminate the title because of a pregnancy. It was later reported that Io Sky has taken the spot for the title match. It is a vacant match. We don't know who's going to win. I just feel like I want to see Voltaire win so she could take the step forward. But I said it before, knowing WWE, they're going to find a way to screw it up and give it to Io Scott. But I'll take Voltaire to win that women's title.
Listen, I'm taking Voltaire, the young lady who's been putting her work in. You know, she's been busting her ass. She's having matches left and right, you know. And Io Sky just was champion. I feel like the WWE is going to want a new face. And
Yeah. Go.
okay, so, yeah, like I was saying, you know, I think that WWE wants a new face, a new future, and since Io Sky was just champion, I think Voltaire has put in the work. I think it's not going to be a long title reign, but I feel like she's going to win. It's going to be a little bit of an upset. Not a lot of people are going to expect it, and it'll be a feel good story. You know, the crowd will get behind her. I think it'll be a good way to a good thing to do on ESPN. So I feel like she's going to be a great champion for a little bit. I don't think the title reign is going to be long, but it's going to be good to put the belt around her waist. So I'm going to go with Voltaire.
Yeah, I think she's going to hold it till, I would say probably to at least Crown Jewel, but you never know what can happen.
Yeah, you never know with these women's divisions. They'd be fighting for belts on SmackDowns, Raws. Like, you never know.
Yeah. All right. So that covers WrestlePalooza. And last but not least, we have college football. Week number 4. We had some changes in the poll again, and one of them was not looking too well after Notre Dame basically destroyed both of us on Saturday. They Their rankings, they plummeted. They went down 16 spots from last week.
It's crazy
Along,
though. It's crazy how my favorite football team in the NFL and my favorite football team in college football are so similar. They both rely on defenses and have lackluster offenses. And it seems like this year it's the opposite. Both are lackluster defenses and their offenses are showing up. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. Notre Dame doesn't really have the strongest schedule, but they do have some tough games. You know, at Arkansas, they play USC, who's ranked now. At Boston College is never easy. Navy has been good. NC State has been good. So we'll see if they win out, which I do not think they are because this defensive coordinator sucks. But we'll see what, you know, it's very hard since they're not in a conference, but we'll see. I'm still going to root for my team every week. But yeah, the first 2 weeks were not pleasant watching them.
yeah, and after basically losing your defensive coordinator to the NFL, looks like that price has been paid big time. But moving on now to week number 4, we got the big noon Saturday. Fox is going to be in Salt Lake City for the Utes and the Red Raiders 17 and 16 matchup. Utah minus 3.5 favorite.
Listen, Utah's a real deal. That quarterback hot take is going to be a top 3 finalist for the Heisman. I think Utah really is going to be good this year. They always have a great defense, but now their offense is really stepping up. They had Cam Rising for the longest time. He never really panned out for them, but Utah's always been a good football school. Now you put that QB on that team, they're looking phenomenal, and they're at home this week. It's very tough to play in Utah. Um, and
Yeah,
I really like Utah to get it done. And I feel like very easy. Utah's going to be a team I cheer for a lot this season. I really like what
really.
I really like what Utah has and their program and stuff like that. I'm really rooting for Utah. And I think hot take, that's my lock of the week. Utah freaking money line.
Whoa, we got a block of the week alert with the Utes on the money line. He's
Give me it
taking the
all.
money line on Big Noon Saturday with Gus Johnson saying something outrageous and Joel Klatt being his quarterback. I don't know much about this one, but I think it's going to be all about the Utes. I mean, I just like saying the name, the Utes, because it just sounds like, I sound like Joe Pesci and my cousin Benny when he just talks about the Utes or the Utes. But in this case, I'm going to take the Utes over those red Raiders. Sorry, the Raiders are only in silver and black, not red and black. I'm taking the Utes.
I
I
agree.
just I just like saying the name.
Love the Utes.
Yeah, I just like saying the names because it just makes it funny. But sticking with TV location spots, this one was announced on the spot. Game day will be going to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is number 4 Miami. I don't know why this is even a primetime matchup, but number 4 Miami will be taking on unranked Florida.
All
Florida
right,
coming off
listen.
that horrendous loss to LSU. I'm just going to let Jay Breezy take this
Yeah.
one because I know he has a lot to say on this.
Listen, growing up, I was a huge Tim Tebow fan. I loved Tim Tebow, loved everything he was about. I think Tim Tebow's one of the greatest college quarterbacks to ever play. That was one of my dream schools. Going there, Notre Dame, those were my two favorite colleges. Um, and seeing this QB that had so much hype ended the year last year so well. We thought Florida was going to be the real deal this year. And seeing that performance when LSU gave you a chance to win the game. LSU's offense was doing nothing. They were giving you a chance to win the game, and you just shit the bed and turnover after turnover after turnover. 5 interceptions. Like, Florida's dead, man. First, you lose that horrible loss at home to USF, and then you have a chance to knock off number 3 LSU in LSU. They're giving you chance after chance, and it's not the defense, it's the offense. Like, the defense is keeping you in every game, and they're low scoring every game, and DJ Lagway, who's supposed to be this stud, is just not turning out to be that stud. Miami's a steamroll them. Carson Beck revenge tour. I said it last week. They blew out USF in Miami. It's not even going to be close. I don't, like you said, I don't know why game day's there. Um,
Yeah, when there's a lot of other better
I
selections on
think
the
I
list.
think game day was there, expecting Lagway in Florida to be that good. Napier's got to go. He's been on the hot seat for too long now.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
say he's going to be.
and I should be biased because I love Florida, but I can't even be biased here. Miami's gonna steamroll them.
You know what? I'm with you on this one, and I'm gonna go a little into the Netflix documentary on the SEC last season. These donors at Florida do not fuck around when it comes to trying to get somebody fired. This was the same, like you said, last year, this guy was on the hot seat. These
He ended
donors
what
were,
happened was he ended the season great because of
yes,
Lagway. So
yes.
then people started. I think they beat Ole Miss. They beat like good teams. So
I think
people were like, oh my
Florida,
god, like you pair Napier and Lagway together, you could have something special. And now since that's not working out, I think that was his last chance, and it didn't work out.
and let's just face it, Florida's schedule is brutal. And
Terrible. I don't know. I don't
I
know
mean,
who
I
the
don't
hell
know
agreed to
who
it. Who
made
agreed to this?
this. LSU, Miami, Texas, the following, A&M right after,
Georgia.
and you still got Georgia in November, and then you got 3 more ranked opponents to end the season.
Listen to this though. It could be good for Florida. The only way it could be good is if they wake up and beat these teams. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it's not
no.
like Notre Dame though, where they don't have like these top matchups. Like Florida still has a chance. If you beat Texas, I'm not saying they are. I'm saying if you do, like that's the motivation that Napier should do. They should be like, yeah, you lost 2 games, but you play all these ranked teams. If you beat them, you're in. If you beat A&M, if you beat Georgia, if you beat Tennessee, if you beat these teams, you're in. So they have that motivation factor. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they have that factor where they do have the chance. They have a chance, but it's very, 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 very little. But
I
that's
mean,
that's the motivation I would say in the locker room if I was Napier. But give me
I
what about the
mean,
Mets? The Mets are cooking right now. Let's go.
did
Sorry, I just
he
had
just say
I,
the Mets are cooking right now on
I
a
just saw
college
the
football?
yeah, I just saw the score. I just thought live reaction that the Mets are dominating right now.
I was about to say, I'm like, we have breaking news all of a sudden.
No, the
Oh.
Mets are just actually freaking hitting the ball right now. But I'm a little excited. The Mets are actually hitting the freaking baseball. Like, well,
I wish I wish they did that Friday night when I went against the Texas Rangers, considering someone spilt my drink and I was left with a cocktail to fucking survive on for the night.
but just think,
But
freaking they.
that's for another segment because
Yeah, we'll actually yeah, because baseball's wrapping up soon, so
yeah,
we'll do a whole segment on like the playoffs, what we think, and baseball and the Mets like last stretch, what happened.
yeah,
We'll do like one episode of full baseball before the
yep,
playoffs start.
yeah, you got it. But yeah, Miami. But you know what? I got Miami winning. I think Napier is going to be fired on Monday.
Wow.
I think it's going to be the same situation. Like I said before that winning streak, the donors were building up this man's buyout, and it's going to happen
You think
again.
you think they're gonna do it this early?
Yes, because let's be honest, he's not. He already lost LSU. He's probably going to lose in Miami. He's definitely not beating Texas. Is he going to beat the 12th man? Don't be surprised if Florida is on a 4-game losing streak and this man is out the door. This time for good.
We're actually gonna have another episode this week. So this week we're gonna get 2 episodes out, only because I want to touch on the surprising stories, like UCLA with their coach and their QB.
Yeah.
Like I want to cover like those types of things. So we're definitely gonna have a second episode this week on a bunch of stuff like that, like yeah, reactions and
Yeah.
stuff like that to big news, like
Yeah.
WWE with WrestleMania just agreeing to Saudi Arabia. We're gonna react to that. So there's gonna be a minimum 2 episodes this week. So we're gonna
We
get
have some
we're gonna
big
push some.
stories.
Yeah, we have some big stories. We're gonna push some content out for you guys. So let's move on to the next game.
Um, okay, so like I said, I don't know why Game Day chose that spot. I 100% disagree with it. I don't know if because they want to see, people in Florida. I don't know if they just want the weather. But the next one, I think we're going to move into something a little bit better. And this time around, I have a ranked matchup. And this one is it's another one, actually. This one is at 3:30 on ABC. We got Oklahoma hosting Auburn, 11 versus 22. Auburn. Oklahoma, 6.5 favorite. What are we looking like?
Oklahoma, Oklahoma's gonna steamroll them. Oklahoma already was battle tested with Michigan and prevailed. Oklahoma's QB special. The Steelers already have been scouting him. He's a special guy. Yeah, and Auburn. They did have a very close game week 1 with Baylor. And I feel like, yeah, they're ranked, but they don't have high expectations. I know they have a QB with a lot of hype and things like that, but they're not going to keep up, especially on the road at Oklahoma where it's going to be crazy. It's a football school. Oklahoma's a
Mm-hmm.
football school and they're going to show out for their fans. And, yeah, I feel like it's going to be an easy day for Oklahoma. So give me Oklahoma steamroll fashion, -6.5, locking in.
You know what? I'm just gonna, because I know later in the year I'm gonna probably be on some Auburn belt when the hoop season comes around. But I just want to get this out real quick. Boomer, Sooner, Boomer, Sooner. Auburn football sucks. Give me Oklahoma to knock off the Tigers.
I agree completely.
And my honest opinion, this is where game day should have been.
No, I
And I say,
honestly think game day should have been in Utah. I think that game's going to be
wait,
sick.
wait. Fox already has that. This is where I think they should have been. 19 Indiana
Oh,
hosting
yeah.
number 9 Illinois on Saturday night. Same time as the Miami game, but it's at Indiana, -5.5 favorite. Big
That
Ten
makes sense.
matchup. 19 hosting number 9.
All right, listen. So, it seems to be a trend. Illinois, great QB, good defense. They've been really impressive, but it's just a trend where I can't go against a home team unless it's a really good road team. Like, I could have, I did pick Tennessee, but I could have saw a way that Georgia won on the road. But the fact that Indiana's lower ranked and they're 5.5 point favorites shows you what everyone thinks. That, yeah, Illinois is good, but are they going to go on the road in a tough environment and win against a top ranked team? I don't think so. I think, even though this is an upset in the ranking wise, give me Indiana. I think Indiana's going to get it done. I don't know if they cover the 5.5, but they're definitely going to win the game. Whether it's a last second field goal, they're going to win the game. Give me Indiana to get the W.
Uh, Last season, Indiana, I think, had the most cakewalk schedule in all of college football. Just to go one and done in freezing cold Notre Dame Stadium. All I hear about this Indiana team is that they run away from the smoke. They do. That's all I hear. Indiana's canceling this. Indiana's canceling that. We want to be like the SEC and throw in SEC requires them to play Big Ten schools and Notre Dame if they have to. Indiana, I think, is the most fraudulent college football program in the past year, despite being successful. How is this team even allowed to be ranked? They keep finding the easy way out. They have a cupcake schedule because all I see of who they play is against nothing but garbage. I mean, you look at who they played so far. Old Dominion, 27-14. Kenesaw State. Who the hell even? Only reason I hear of these guys is that they're known for losing. And
Yeah,
then you play
McNeese State is good at basketball, at least.
and basketball. And then you got Indiana State where they beat them 73-0. We don't even hear. I haven't heard Indiana State since like Larry Bird was around.
Now the Sycamores, they had that chubby kid with the glasses. I remember basketball too, though. They were basketball. Yeah.
I just think that Indiana has a cupcake schedule and that they're never going to be ready for. How do you expect them to beat the SEC opponents come playoff time? How do you expect them to beat Notre Dame? They don't play anyone good.
Well, this is their test right now. This is their test right
And
now.
later down the road, they're going to be going to Oregon and they're going to be going to Happy Valley. And
This is their test.
I think this is a test that they fail.
Ooh.
I'm going to take Illinois on the road to prove to them how fraudulent Indiana is in college football and that they should stick to college basketball.
Wow, that's a hot take, man.
It's a bold one because I think Indiana has been the most fraudulent program since the last year when all they have is a cupcake schedule and they don't beat anyone good. Like last season, only team they played good was Ohio State. And Ohio State kicked their ass in a horseshoe just to lose in frigid Notre Dame. Like, come on.
Well, that's why they try to get these ranked games early.
I'm going to be like Paul Finebaugh on this one and like I said, I think Indiana has a cupcake schedule, and I think it's going to fall apart when Illinois gives them their first loss on the road. Because Illinois is going to be fighting for that playoff spot this time around.
I'm excited for that game, man. I'm excited. We don't agree. We're going to see who prevails.
I look like Paul Feinbaum on that one, but you know what? I'm just going with what I think. Because I said, the only thing I see about Indiana is that they run away from the smoke and they're trying to adopt an SEC model. SEC model, you have to play a Big Ten school and Notre Dame, and that's in the requirements. And the rivalries are way more competitive than Indiana's. Indiana Hoosiers, either make up your mind about what you want to do with football or throw all your NIL in basketball. Because your basketball program needs the money more than football at the moment. Especially when you're firing coach after coach after coach.
Holy shit, he's going off on Indiana.
I'm sorry. And you know what? Later down the road, when they play my Wildcats in basketball, everyone's saying Kentucky's going to destroy them. But that's for another segment later down the road because I don't want to look into that at the moment, and it's only September, soon to be October. That shit don't start till November. But I just don't think Indiana's good. I mean, they're just fraudulent.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We don't agree, and we'll see.
I just don't trust the Hoosiers at all, period. I'm not even being biased. I'm just going off what I read. So, yeah, there you go. And that is 100%, I believe.
That's it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great episode. You know, we covered a lot. Like I said, we're gonna have one more because we did this episode kind of early, like early in the week. So we're gonna have one more like reacting to big news and things like that. Hopefully, we get some dares in the comments that are actually doable. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I could wear a costume. You know, I didn't get any costume requests, so hopefully, I could wear one. Unless Easy wants to think of one.
Oh, God. You know what? Maybe one day I'll show up in a goat mask if I have to.
Well, that's it. It's been a long one, but a good one, and we'll catch you guys later in the week.
All right.